Page 16, fight the good fight. 3/4 time. Now this style of this piece and this arrangement, the way this is set up, it's all basically a bunch of chords, the whole thing. This is typical of a church hymnal, where they have a 4-part harmony throughout most of these, and it's intended to be sung. So this would be a great quartet. If you're singing things, then you've got all 4 parts here, and you could sing it as a quartet. As piano music goes, this is really bad. This is not piano music. But when I used to play for churches around, different churches at different times, it was fun. I enjoyed it. And I'd have to accompany the congregation in hymns out of the hymnal. I taught myself over the years to improvise, because I can't just sit there and play. Everybody get excited about this. So I taught myself to improvise out of a church hymnal. It's the only kind of improvisation I ever really got into and got pretty good at. And so I would get something like this, and instead of this, I would just improvise all kinds of, I'm not going to demonstrate it, but the idea is I would not play these notes. This is just an arrangement. But for the purpose of this lesson, we're going to play these notes in this arrangement. I'm just trying to explain to you that if you are in any way wanting to really get into this kind of stuff, I encourage you to learn to improvise to this stuff. And not learn it the way it's written first. Always learn it the way it's written first, and then go back and figure out how you can make it a little more pianistic. Melody is the top note in the right hand. If you can, bring out that note. Like here at you have 2 notes at the beginning. I like to hear the E. The C is just harmony. So you put a little more weight on the E. It's like takes a little practice. You can't connect the C and the F, because you're using the thumb again on the B. And when you release the thumb, the sound stops. So I'm recommending a slightly different fingering. We want to use a second finger on that C so I can go here. So I can connect those with the hands. Well, in order to do that, I need 3rd finger on the D. I have to start out with 2/4, not 1/3. So I'm recommending you start out with 2/4. Now this is not a nice, neat C position. Not interested in the position. I'm interested in making this as musical as I can. So I'm going to go 2/4 at the beginning. And again, bring out the E. I can connect all the notes. Same thing in the second line. And I'm going to do on the last measure of the second line, it's a 1/3, and then 2/4 again on the next line. And on that fermata on the 3rd line, I'm going to hold that 3 extra counts, so 6 counts total. And then, so I'm basically in this position in the right hand throughout this whole thing. See, that way in the last line, I don't need their fingering. I'm already in position to play this. I just stay there. The left hand can be in C position because you got the chords. If you can bring out the bottom note, because the melody, then the bass, and then all this stuff in the middle. That's what we want to hear. So the melody controls. After that is the bass. If you can only play 2 parts in here, do the top and the bottom part. You can leave out all the other stuff. But so it's melody. We don't have to connect the left hand so much. It's the melody we want to protect. In the second line, you have an F sharp in the 3rd measure. So watch that one. Bottom line, let's look at this. Left hand. Now fingering. Third measure over is a 2-1. You just move the thumb up and then down. That's fine. You see words at the bottom, those are additional verses, so you can do this up to 3 times, one for each verse. There's a repeat sign at the bottom telling you to go back. When we do the play with me, I'm only going to repeat it once, so it means we're going to play it twice. And then you go to the Amen, and again at the Amen, I'm going to hold that last measure 6 counts instead of 3 because of the fermata. There is a retardando at the end, and the third measure, you see the retard, that's short for retardando. They can do rit, R-I-T period, or retard period like they got here, or spell it all out, retardando. It all means the same thing. You would slow it down there. So if I'm going 1, it says with spirit. Well, I assume that means they want it kind of moving. So if I'm 1, 2, 3, 1, then at the end, the last line is 1. And I simply slow it down, and I maintain that speed on into the Amen. But if I repeat back to the top, then I take off again with the original speed. And that's about all I have to say about this piece. Let's play this together slowly, just to check the notes and the rhythms. That's all I'm after. Dynamic wise, they don't give you any dynamics except the MF at the beginning. Tells you to mean, you know, this is like a hey, here we are type thing. So you can, once you get to know it, you can change the dynamics a little up and down as the phrases go on. You hear the phrases there. Each line is a phrase, just a little silence between the phrases. So at the end of the first line, when you're here, lift up both hands this time and continue. And do that at each phrase so we hear silence. I'll give us 3 counts. I'm going to, left hand's here, and I'm going to start 2-4 in the right hand, because that's what I recommend. You be in this position in this piece. 1, ready, go. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 2, 3. 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. 2. Repeat. 2. 2. 2, 3. 3, hold, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Off.